Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss about the isometric view of a cone over a cube of base 60 mm. At first we can start with the cube. We plot a point, then draw 30-degree lines. The line inclined 30 to both sides. We can mark it from this point. Now we can draw parallel lines from both endpoints. At first we set the set square parallel to the line and we set the guide and draw the parallel line over here. Similarly on the next side also we put the set square parallel to the line and set the guide, then move to the end point. We can get the parallel lines. We can check the length. Then draw the vertical lines 60 mm from the three corners. Connect the endpoints. By connecting this line, the cube is completed. Now we can start with the base of the cone. The circle will seen as an ellipse in the isometric view. For that we have to draw a box around the circle of dimensions 40 because the diameter is 40. So we are marking 40 mm across the distance. In here also 10 mm offset. Then we get the 40 mm in the middle. On every side of the cube we mark the offset 10 mm. Here also we mark the offset 10 mm on both sides. Then we can connect the points. Connect the offset line 10 mm from each sides. Here we get the isometric view of the box surrounding the circle on the top view. So in this box we have to mark the ellipse. For that we are using 4 center method. For that we need to find the midpoint of each line. So we find the midpoint of the box over here and here also. Similarly on these two sides we plot the midpoints. So we mark the 4 midpoints on the box. Now we need to find the obtuse angle. Here we can see 2 obtuse angle and 2 acute angle. So this is the angle greater than 90. So these are the 2 obtuse angle, the angle greater than 90 degree. From this obtuse angle, draw a line connecting to the opposite midpoint. I repeat, from the obtuse angle, connect an arrow or line to the opposite midpoint. Likewise, from here also we have to connect 2 lines to the opposite midpoints. And the last one over here. Now we can find out the 4 centers, the obtuse angle and the intersecting points, the 2 obtuse angle and the 2 intersecting points, 2 obtuse angles and 2 intersecting points. Now we need to draw an arc with radius length equals to the arrow mark from the 4 centers. We can connect the arrow mark to the next arrow mark. Similarly, from the obtuse angle, connect the 2 midpoints, opposite midpoints. From the obtuse angle, connect the opposite midpoints. Connect using an arc, opposite midpoints. Now we can go for the 2 intersecting points. So we can see the radius length over here. A small arc is needed. The length will be the small arc, a smaller radius. So we just draw an ellipse with 4 different centers. We use the arc with 4 different centers. Hence it's got its name 4 center method to draw an ellipse. 2 obtuse angles and 2 intersecting lines. Now we have to find out the midpoint, the starting point of the axis. For that we have to find the midpoint of the cube. So this is the midpoint on the top face. Now the length given, the height given is 60. So we mark 60 mm, a line perpendicular to the XY. We mark the 60. Then we need to draw tangent to the arc, a tangent line to the arc. Join the tangent to the arc. Here also join the tangent to the arc. We can see the cube. So this portion will be hidden, as we see in the isometric figure. This portion will be behind the cone, so it will be hidden. We used dashed lines. And connect the remaining lines Using thick lines we complete the drawing. Draw the vertical lines. Now we can mark the hidden curve of the base face of the cone, and here it will be visible. We can mark it with thick lines. We can rub off the extra lines. As we can see the figure here. So every dotted line will be hidden. Only the continuous thick line is visible. Now it's time to do the dimension. Here the given dimension is 60 mm. Six 60 mm. The height of the cone is also 60 mm. So we mark the dimension line and plot the 60 mm over here. So this is the completed isometric view of a cone over a cube. The scale used is 1:1. Thank you.